Good morning, you guys. Happy Sunday. How are you? Ah, what a gorgeous day. So we're out here on the porch again. It's my safe spot, and my little bird is watching us, so they're doing good up there. Stretch. Let's just start with a basic rotation, the basic twist. Up tall. Feel a little tightness in your hamstrings from those glutes yesterday. And even the legs on Wednesday. You know, we've got the volume there. they tighten, contract and grow. And we gotta stretch them out. We gotta stretch them out. Right here. Good morning, is that you, Dawn? I didn't want to flip anybody out with my boards. I want you to know I'm going to do a live explanation for you. But at this point, I want you to understand that when I can deliver boards like that, I can make the experience more individualized. I'm a group fitness instructor, but as a personal trainer, I feel like I've got to individualize the programs, and I think I'm going to be able to help you with your individual needs a little bit better with this kind of program. So as you can imagine, my head's all over the place, and I'm going to use the first week to, you know, just fine-tune my delivery and my communication skills with you. And I think that we're all really going to like it, and it's going to be beneficial for so many. So up tall, rotate over, touching the floor, and feel a good stretch in your upper body. Good. And up. Turn, twist, other side. Basic rotation. I'm going to stick with all the basics today. And I think I might even stay here a little longer. So I've designed this one to do upper body, lower body, upper body, lower body. So anytime you need to go, just be aware that you'll have a balanced program here today. And you can stay as long as you like and know you've got an upper body and a lower body, then you could leave. Or you can do another upper body and another lower body and then leave, all right? I just find with the week that I'm having right now, it's going smoothly, but I can't imagine that I'm not needing, you know, some extra time for me and my body. Our body and our minds, we learn so quickly how to just troubleshoot and fix and manage, and we kind of ignore things until they become a problem. So I am not going to allow anything to become a problem, not physically, not mentally. So this is the time to take TFL drop. So that is crossing that leg over. Probably have made no progress, but if you were to sit up against a wall or push yourself up taller, a deeper stretch would come here. I'm still back here, but eventually I feel that I should be able to get a little better posture with this movement. That's my intention. You know, for the areas that are, you know, notoriously tight on you as an individual, they probably need more than one day, obviously, you know. A little loving a couple times a week for tough areas, especially since we're doing the weights, and anything that we've stretched out the previous week will get tightened again, right? So it's common sense, and I'm making a lot of this up only by what I imagine. And it does make sense. Most things that go right and wrong in your body, there's a reason. Oh, TFL drop. Give me 2 seconds, you guys. Sorry about this. He called last night and I wasn't here. Okay, so there we go. The TFL drop. Sorry about that. Bed series. Okay, so that is our hip mobility, hamstring stretch, and that is the one where we lie down, drop the leg in, the leg that we're testing. You know, even compared to last week, I mean, I'm not getting a lot more flexibility, but then we're doing 2 leg sessions, so it stands to reason that if I really wanted to target this area, I would do these stretches a couple times a week, right? Out front, lift and lower. And up, down. I think I'm doing this backwards, but it all works. We're just trying to get mobility in this hip, and then we're going to stretch it out. All right. And then forward, back. Yeah. We should have started at the bottom, but that's okay. Just do a little extra mobility here, and then we'll go into that hamstring stretch. And heel, up, down. Just moving this joint, this leg, so that it affects this joint in different ways, okay? And then forward, back again. Good. And let's take it out front and into that stretch. Move slightly this way, grasping behind that leg, adding the contraction. You want that muscle to shorten. So we're pressing against our hands, and then we're lengthening the muscle by bringing it in. Good. And easy off. Contract and lengthen. Good. And one more. Ease off. And press and pull it in. Dropping it on the floor. Grasping it with your lower arm. All right? And then you're just going to straighten and bend. Straighten and bend. And let's put our hand on our chest and do that full torso rotation with a fully extended leg, or how much you can extend. And then pull away. Relax, release. Straighten the leg, arm, and turn away. Good. And I'm going to do one more. Ooh. Give me a little head rush. And open up. Beautiful. All right. Take that leg once again, drop it in, and feel if there's a little more limberness, a feeling of mobility. And let's take it to the other side. In, see where you're at. My butt's raising. You're going to try to keep your butt on the floor and drop it in. See how far it goes. And then we'll take it to that stretch. Yeah. On top. Out front. Rotate it up. And again, we're just trying to target that hip joint. And knee up, down. And then forward, back. Beautiful. One more time through those. Down and up for your hip. Lifting at the knee. Then lifting at the heel. Beautiful. And then forward, back. And here comes our stretch. So, grasping behind the knee, wherever you feel a solid hold and an ability to really create contraction, and then a stretch. This side's much better. And release. Watch the tension in your neck. Good. Try it again, adding the contraction, pressing, and pulling in. This side's a rock star. Oh, and one more time. That's real interesting. Drop it, grasping the foot with your arm that's on the bottom. You're just going to, ooh, that's a little tight there behind the knee. For me, just notice where you're feeling your tightness, okay? And then breathe. Add the rotation and turn away. And turn away. Oh, doesn't always feel good. And don't go through the pain, okay? These are powerful stretches. You want to go to or just before discomfort. Nice. And then let's test that one. Internal rotation. Just drop it in and find the mobility in that hip joint. I think we'll do a few more later on if you need for the hip mobility. Every one of us is individual when it comes to tightnesses, so you might be spending more time than I do on some of these stretches, or you might be revisiting them after the stretch is over and you want to maybe go back to that stretch. That's smart. That's serious. We're going praying mantis, upper back, okay? So here, press your hands together, elbows in the floor, and I'm quite close because I want to be able to move my body back to create the stretch. But my tension comes from scooping those elbows down into the floor and almost pressing out and away, and then gently shifting your weight backwards to stretch the muscle group. Reset. Now, I wouldn't say it's more difficult with your arms closer together, but it would definitely hit the muscle differently. So if you want to change the position of your elbows and find what works for you, I'm going to press down and in and scoop them out, push the floor away, creating the tension in your upper back and moving away, stretching that muscle, lengthening that muscle. Good. Watch your shoulders on this too, a lot of pressure there. I'm taking mine out one more time, pushing them out and dropping my hips back so that my lat muscles stretch. Good. And awesome. If you need to spend more time on that one, spend more time on that one, okay? Because we're going to go back. Oh, I put two back stretches together. So we're going to do that lat pull. This is the one where you press the heel of your hand in, creating the tension in your back, and then you'll just, again, shift your body weight backwards and stretch. And then I would take it out a little further, driving it in and away for the stretch. You want to add the resistance. You want to add the contraction. That way you're stretching and strengthening the tendons and the ligaments. Oh, nice job. Good. Use my cueing as a guideline, but once you got the idea, the big picture in your head, change the little pieces to fit your needs, okay? Extending the other arm out, driving it in, create tension, and sit back. Changing position. If you find a position that really is working for you, hold it there or do a few repetitions on that area. Driving it in, creating tension, and pulling away. Pulling away or dropping down. It just depends on how you're looking at it, how you're feeling it, and what you're experiencing, okay? That might just be a drop down, or it might be a pull away. Got it? I need more coffee. Oh, can opener. Again, for the upper back and shoulders. So I'm really doing 3 here, sorry. That's where you're going to create tension by pressing your knees in, your elbows out. If you take your hands to a gooseneck, that pulls you further apart, and you have further in to go to stretch those muscle groups. Now, this one really positively affects the shoulder joint, and I think most of us, I don't know too many out there that have perfect shoulders. They're so intricate and overuse, and there's so many things that can affect the shoulder joint. Even disuse, like if you're not using it enough, they can freeze up on you and stop working. Again, I'm going to spend a little more time here. If it suits you, stay with me. If you need to rest, you can rest. And release tension from your neck anytime, all the time. Quads. You know what, I don't have it here, but let's go into the triangle there, if this suits your knees, all right? Let's start here, and you're just gonna lift and lower. You want to start at the furthest point away from that quad, okay? Because the ankles and the shins and the knees have a lot to do with flexibility in your quads. So loosen that all up first. I always visualize a knot of hair, and then to get rid of that knot, you got to start out here, right? You can't go to the problem usually, right? Physiotherapists can, and that's why you should visit one if you're having acute pain and problems. Lift and lower. Quads got it good this week too. All right, so you know it's up, down, it's side to side, it's around and around. This hip pelvis movement is going to be able to help you target the area that's tight on you. Good? And down. Good. See how that feels? Let's take it up to a calf stretch, all right? Because again, hitting that problem area from the furthest point away and then into the biggest problem, the biggest knot. It's surprising how tight those hamstrings get too from our work. I'm going to do the knee lift one more time for the shin and ankle, and then I'll start with the stretch there, our matey, and there. All right, so lifting one hip, lifting the other hip, lifting both hips, and then circles. Those are the general movements that will help you with this stretch. Good. Okay, at this point now, this is where I wanted to get into the quad. Again, we're hitting the quad again. We just did them with a triangle, and then we're going to grasp that foot at the back. You could have something to hold on to. Driving that foot into your hand, creating the contraction, and then you pull forward. Ooh, hello. Have another pad on my knee if you have extra padding that helps sometimes. I just get it at the dollar store in that gardening section. They have all gardening pads. I have some here if anyone needs any. I got those skipping ropes too. 2 more days and they're gone. I think I'm going to take this foot out just a little bit further and take this stretch a little deeper. Good. Shall we stay here and do that hamstring on the other side? That's where you're going to drive that heel in, create the tension, and pull back. Ease off. If you need to take it a little further, drive it in, create the tension, and pull it back. And hold any one of these stretches for as long or do as many repetitions as you need. Nice. Alrighty, a little rest, a little reflection, and then we're going quad on the other leg. Good? So, grasp. Watch. As we stretch the front, the back has to contract, so sometimes you'll get a knot there. Take your time. Oh. So, grasp that back foot. Drive it into the palm of your hand, creating contraction, and drive yourself forward. Right there. Good. Whoa, one more here for me. And then I'm going to go 2 hands. Sometimes I feel a deeper stretch with 2 hands. I can get more of a contraction. Good, and forward. And maybe contract and pull forward. Oh, that one was deep. Hamstring of the other leg, drive the heel into the floor, create the contraction, and pull away. Gotta get a little bit further. So funny that this was difficult for the hip mobility and for the other hamstring stretch, but on this stretch it feels a little bit better. It's fascinating, the human body. And one more time for me. Drive that foot in, create the contraction, pull away, lengthen the muscle group, and feel that pull right up into the groin area. Now I think that's a good half hour. I like that. I was going to do the shark, and you know what? We didn't do it last week, so I'm going to go through all of the movements, and then we'll call it quits. We've already done shoulder and upper back, so if you've got a Vamhoos, it's perfect time. You can do the shark anytime. So that is the pretzel arms, and then you're going to elongate. I lengthen forward out from my body first, and then elongate up to the ceiling and back down. Now the pressure comes from your hands. Your palms of your hands pushing together, contracts the muscles, and then lengthen them away from the joint. Good, and maybe one more, it's up to you. You know how it feels. Good. Now we're going to take it to following the angle of that arm diagonally. Just going to hit that joint a different direction. Sometimes you don't even have to put a lot of pressure on for the contraction. Just being in this position is tough enough, especially if you're not familiar with this movement or your body is yelling at you. So this is where we're going to reach forward. You know, this one's up on your feet. So you're going to reach forward and back, and back. Reach forward and sway. Oh boy. Watch that sway. A little less control with the sway, so you got to really pay attention, all right? And then you're going to bend down to the floor and move away. Connect to the floor and leave it connected and move away. Oh my. I have to make a promise to myself, if not you. We need to do that one every week. If not, a couple more times. Ready to do the other side and we're finished. What do you think? All right. Got a little nauseous from that one. away, up, down. Again, I'm a guideline, okay? If something else feels good or feels like it's targeting you better, safely, right? We're not trying to win any Olympic gold medals of stretching here. On that diagonal, good. Reach forward, and then this is where we're going to stand up and maybe deepen that stretch by leaning forward. And then you're going to pump it out to the floor and back. Good. Hoo, hoo, hoo. And now you're going to drop your hips a little bit more, touch the floor, and keep it connected as you move your body back. This one isn't going far. Awesome. Okay. So, I think that I feel that our stretches are getting more efficient and we're being able to move through them a little quicker. If you're just new and jumping into these stretches, take your time. We've been doing these for about 2 months, and my communication skills are getting maybe better or worse in that I think, oh, everyone's done this before. So let me know if you need more direction, and I'll slow down and do that. But for others, it's almost like, hey, let's do this and get going. So I got one of these going on in my head. Finish up here, just do that torso twist, and torso twist. One more to the other side, maybe add the arm, turn and reach. And up, turn and reach. Very nice. Feels good? Oh, you know what we have? This is the mobility that I liked. We added it a couple weeks ago. There's not a lot of mobility there. Slow, thoughtful. Cool. Right? Now I know how Julie feels. Not quite. Good. There you go, guys. Well, I'm going to go chit-chat with my Philadelphia family, do some more work on our boards and delivery. I'm going to do an explanation for you about the boards. I got a lot on the go. I hope your day is great. Cheers. I'll talk to you tomorrow for chest and delts. Okay? Thanks for coming. See you, Dawn.